Welcome to the Force Always. My name is Diz, aka David Zammit. Let's get on with the show with the news, the views, the reviews, and interviews. And yes, again, today is a special edition. In fact, later, or actually mid this week, will be another special edition for something that's non-Star Wars, but coming from a Star Wars point of view. Just thought I'd say that right now. But this is Star Wars Maul Shadow Lord review on episodes 3 and 4. Delicious. With a Midichlorian pill. Anyway, so please subscribe to the channel The Force Always. I'm here 3 or 4 times a week with the news, the views, reviews, and interviews. Let's get straight into the review. Okay, so episode 3. Let's start with episode 3. Episode 3. Let's get into the thing. Yes, episode 3 was titled Whispers in the Unknown. Now, going into this episode, I thought this is going to be a reveal of Emperor Palpatine, because he is Emperor Palpatine in this part of the Star Wars time period. Timeline. I thought it was going to be something with Emperor Palpatine, but no. It was actually a real criminal type of episode, like the real underworld episode. This is the type of episode that could be seen as a filler, and it sort of was a little bit filler, but there was substance to it, especially when Maul, tries to lure in Devon in turning to him. Not maybe the dark side, but turning to him and being, sort of manipulated by him maybe. Or even just sort of having an alliance together. We don't know what his real motivation is at the moment. Even though we know Maul is a sinister guy, or alien, or whatever you want to say. But, his true motive at this point in the timeline of Star Wars, we don't really know. He's been, dealt with badly in his life. He's lost his brother, he's lost his mother. He nearly lost his life to Obi-Wan Kenobi. So he is a very bent on revenge type of individual. But he is in this particular episode. Let's get back to that. He was there was a bit of psychological play in this sort of lightsaber duel. What I liked about this was Devon took on the red lightsaber. So in previews to excerpts of this particular scene in previews, you would have thought she's turned to the dark side, being trained and looking aggressive with her sort of facial expressions. It's sort of a good sort of misdirect. She hadn't turned in this episode. That's a bit of a spoiler. But it's an episode that is just a really enriched, underworld sort of feeling, especially with the manipulation in the lightsaber battle. I thought it was, really well done. It's sort of a slow burn, but it's a slow burn with interesting, juicy points in this particular episode. I give this episode an 8.5 out of 10. I don't know if it's, breathtaking, but it was definitely really good. So 8.5 out of 10. The next episode was called Pride and Vengeance. Now, this particular episode sort of took us on a bit of a journey with the 2 Jedi at hand, Devon and her master, which, for the love of God, I don't know the name. It's the alien creature, but he's been injured in a bit of a battle again with Maul along with Devon. Devon hasn't really completely revealed that she was had a bit of a moment with Maul beforehand. And then, Maul is just creating too much attention on this planet. Janix, I think it's called Janix. It's not Coruscant. It looks like Coruscant, but it's very similar, but a bit more sort of grittier, called Janix, I think it's called. And every time, see, the thing is, every time there's something that is of Jedi, or someone wielding a lightsaber, the particular droids have a protocol to inform the Imperials or the Emperor of this activity, so because they believe that they are the only people that can handle these people, and plus they are at this stage of the game still outlawed from the whole of the Galaxy Society. They were announced to the galaxy by the Emperor Palpatine that they are traitors, and so they are going to be hunted down. And so this was actually a grittier version of a underworld sort of feel to it. It was really, really good. I still cannot stand the goddamn police in this thing. I mean, it's nothing about anything political against police officers. That's a separate thing in life, but it's just police. It comes off really cringy in Star Wars, but it's sort of working in this. It's not overtaking me, but it's it's there, and I really would prefer it not to be there. But the way the episode ends is the type of episode you want a streaming or sitcom or TV series to end, with a bit of a cliffhanger. And what do we see at the end is a big Imperial cruiser come in upside down. We think it's upside down, coming in to Janix to check out what's going on, because they have been informed by the droid's protocol to inform them that some activity is happening on this planet. You may want to check it out, which is now going to cause unnecessary attention for Maul, Devon, and her master, and even society on this particular planet. But so it really does end really well. I just think this is just great. This is a 9 out of 10. It went from 8.5 in episode 3 to now episode 4. 9 out of 10. I just, still it's not, a remarkable episode, but I definitely rate it seriously high. It is traveling at a very high, consistent pace, Maul Shadow Lord, and I think we are on a journey. And I actually now will add in, after that's the review, I will add in a view that I have. I think that episode 8, which is, I think it's called the creeping, whatever it's called. It's episode 8. It was suspected that we're going to see Vader confront Maul in that episode. I actually think now we are not. I think we're going to get it in the last episode, because there was also, and this is part of the news on this particular channel, in the last week or two, there was a viewing with particular YouTubers and news outlets at Lucasfilm Ranch with Dave Filoni and Sam Witwer and the other president name. Oh my goodness, this is so bad for me not to remember, but the lady that shares the title of president of Lucasfilm with Dave Filoni was there, and they played them the 8 episodes. Now, obviously, they'd be under lock and key what they can say about what they saw, but I think there would have been some sort of trickling of Vader, the word or the known ideal of Vader being in any of these 8 episodes that they saw. And number 8 is the creeping fear. That's what it is, the creeping fear. That's what we're going to see in the coming weeks. I think Vader will not appear in this. It's just a prediction of mine. I thought in the beginning this is going to be it, but I think it's going to happen now. The last episode, episode 10. May the 4th be with you, and that will be definitely great. And I think it's, going to come off as a cliffhanger sort of thing when you see Vader. Because who knows what they're going to do with Vader versus Maul, if it does happen, but I think it's going to happen. Anyway, so that is the review. It's a bit sort of mixed and match this week of this particular episode. I usually do news, the views, the reviews, and interviews in a row. But I'll end off this week with news, actually. I did mention a couple episodes ago that Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money, which is a spoof on Star Wars. They're sort of subtitling it, The Schwartz Awakens. It was a great spoof film of the 80s Star Wars, the first one. Spaceballs was making fun of lots of aspects in Star Wars. Great spoof film, but it's a very 80s. You've got to be really an 80s mindset to understand a lot of the humor there. But it's actually coming out April 23rd, 2027. Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money, is coming out April 23rd. Just to let you know. In fact, that will be a short time after Star Wars Celebration, which will be interesting. What they reveal about this, or possibly maybe the whole movie at Star Wars Celebration. Don't know. Anyway, so that's the show for this time around. I will be back again. I'm here 3 or 4 times a week, as you know, with the news, the views, the reviews, and interviews. And subscribe to the channel. Again, The Force Always. Like and share. Until next time, my friends, keep rocking.